Marcus Aurelius once remarked that we possess power over our mind, not over external events. Recognizing this truth unlocks our inner strength. In a world where emotions can often feel like wild, uncontrollable waves, how can we discover our anchor? Join us as we delve into 7 Stoic lessons that hold the key to mastering your emotions and navigating life's tempests with unwavering determination. But before we dive in, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could like the video, helping me to continue sharing Stoic philosophy. If you haven't yet subscribed, I encourage you to do so and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. Lesson 1. Recognize what's within your control. Have you ever found yourself caught in a storm, not one with rain and thunder, but a storm of life, filled with unforeseen events, disappointments, or sudden changes? The Stoics, philosophers from ancient Greece and Rome, offer a lesson that serves as an anchor during such times: the dichotomy of control. Imagine planning an outdoor event, and despite all your careful preparations, it begins to rain. You can't control the weather, no matter how much you wish you could. But your response to that rain, that's entirely within your power. You could despair and get frustrated, or you could adapt, perhaps moving the event indoors or viewing the rain as a refreshing twist. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who rose from slavery to become one of the most influential thinkers of his time, summarized it well: some things are in our control, and others are not. It sounds simple, but this simple truth carries profound wisdom that can transform our lives. Each day, we face countless situations. Some we can influence, such as our daily habits, the books we read, or the company we keep. But many others are beyond our reach: global events, the actions of others, the passage of time, and yes, the weather. Here's where it gets interesting. The Stoics believed that our well-being doesn't depend on external events, but on how we interpret and respond to them. It's not the event itself, but our judgment of it, that stirs our emotions. Reflect on a time you experienced a setback. Perhaps you didn't land that job you were aiming for. In the moment, it felt catastrophic, but in hindsight, maybe it turned out to be a blessing, leading you to a better opportunity or fostering personal growth. So, how do we apply this in our lives? Start by asking yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is yes, take action. If it's no, then use it as a chance to practice acceptance and adaptability. By fully understanding and embracing this principle, we can free ourselves from needless suffering. We can move through life with a sense of calm, knowing that while we can't control the winds, we can always adjust our sails. In a world that often feels overwhelming, the dichotomy of control is a beacon of clarity. It reminds us to focus our energy where it truly matters and to find peace in knowing that some things are simply beyond our influence. Lesson 2. Reflect before reacting. In today's digital era, where speed is often praised, the art of reflection can seem outdated. Yet, it's precisely this act of pausing and contemplating that can save us in a world that demands quick reactions. Consider the countless decisions we make daily, from choosing what to eat to making career moves. The range of choices is vast, but it's not just the importance of these decisions that matters, it's how we approach them. Let's explore a familiar situation: receiving a message that gets under your skin. Maybe it's a colleague questioning your work or a friend making a thoughtless comment. Your gut reaction might be defensiveness or anger. But what if, instead of immediately diving into that emotional turmoil, you took a moment to step back? By giving yourself that brief detachment, you're not suppressing your emotions, you're allowing them room to be understood. This practice of reflection isn't about passive acceptance or avoidance, it's about actively engaging with your thoughts and feelings. Ask yourself probing questions: why did that comment affect me so deeply? What underlying beliefs or past experiences are influencing my current emotions? Is my reaction based on the present situation or past baggage? Reflection before reaction also fosters empathy. By giving ourselves time, we open the door to considering others' perspectives. Perhaps that colleague was having a rough day, or that friend didn't realize the impact of their words. In relationships, this practice is foundational. How many misunderstandings could be avoided if we took the time to reflect before reacting? How many bridges could be built instead of burned? In these reflective moments, we find clarity, compassion, and connection. In professional settings, the ability to pause and reflect is invaluable. Leaders who reflect before deciding are often seen as thoughtful, measured, and wise. Their decisions, born of reflection, often stand the test of time. In a world that often feels like it's moving too fast, the act of reflection becomes a form of rebellion, a quiet yet powerful declaration that we won't be swept away by the currents of immediacy. It's a commitment to ourselves, to our well-being, and to the quality of our interactions with the world. To reflect before reacting is more than just a practice, it's a philosophy, a way of life that values depth over speed, understanding over impulsiveness, and meaningful connections over fleeting interactions. It's a journey inward with profound outward implications, shaping not just our responses but the very fabric of our lives. Lesson 3: Embrace dispassion. In a world that often feels like an emotional roller coaster, the idea of practicing dispassion might seem out of place. But let's explore what it truly means and the transformative power it holds. Dispassion isn't about suppressing emotions or becoming indifferent, it's about cultivating a balanced perspective, finding calm amidst the chaos. Imagine being able to observe events, situations, and even your own emotions without being overwhelmed by them. Think of the last time you watched a gripping movie. There were moments of tension, excitement, perhaps even sadness. While you were engrossed in the story, a part of you always knew it was just a movie. You didn't leap to save the hero or console the crying character you observed, you felt, but you remained in your seat. This is the essence of practicing dispassion, being fully engaged in life, feeling its emotions, yet knowing when to remain seated in the theater of your mind, observing without getting lost in the drama. This approach becomes a lifeline in our age of information overload. Every day, we're bombarded with news, updates, and notifications. Reacting passionately to every piece of information would leave us exhausted. Dispassion offers a buffer, a way to engage with the world more sustainably and balanced. Dispassion also plays a crucial role in relationships. We've all experienced heated conversations or disagreements. In such moments, practicing dispassion can mean the difference between a constructive dialogue and a damaging argument. It allows us to listen more effectively, to respond rather than react, and to navigate conflicts with understanding and grace. Cultivating dispassion begins with self-awareness. Regularly check in with yourself, recognize your emotional triggers, and understand your patterns. This creates space between stimulus and response. In that space lies the freedom to choose your reactions, to act with intention rather than impulse. While dispassion might sound like detachment from life's joys, it actually enhances them. By not being overly attached to outcomes, we can fully immerse ourselves in the journey, savoring each moment without the constant fear of loss or change. Practicing dispassion is about finding equilibrium in a changing world. It's a compass pointing to inner peace, guiding us through life's varied landscapes with grace. By embracing this practice, we enrich our lives and bring calm and clarity to those around us. Lesson 4: Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? Life is full of moments that test our patience, resilience, and perspective. From minor annoyances like a spilled coffee to significant challenges like disagreements with loved ones, our days are filled with situations that evoke various emotions. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to get caught up in our feelings. A missed deadline, a critical comment, or a forgotten anniversary can feel catastrophic. But one powerful question can shift our perspective and bring clarity. Will this matter in 5 years? This simple yet profound question acts as a mental time machine, transporting us into the future and allowing us to look back on the present moment with greater perspective. Suddenly, that heated argument or missed opportunity takes on a different significance. Think back to the challenges and worries you had 5 years ago. How many of them still hold weight today? How many have been overshadowed by new experiences, lessons, and memories? This realization can be both humbling and liberating. Using this question as a regular checkpoint helps prioritize our concerns, distinguishing between short-term setbacks and long-term implications. For example, while a rough day at work might feel overwhelming now, in the grand scheme of a decades-long career, it's just one day. This perspective also fosters resilience. When faced with adversity, reminding ourselves of the bigger picture can reduce anxiety and promote problem-solving. Instead of getting bogged down by the problem at hand, we can strategize, adapt, and move forward, knowing that time often brings clarity in solutions. But it's not just about minimizing our worries. This question also encourages us to focus on what truly matters. If we want our actions and decisions to have lasting significance, we need to invest in relationships, personal growth, and experiences that stand the test of time. In a world that often emphasizes the now, asking, "Will this matter in 5 years?" serves as a guiding light, leading us toward a life of purpose, perspective,